Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to FPL Don't Panic. Match day. Fuck me, that was a long week. Even though it's a Friday deadline. I have gone round and round and round and round and round and round and round in circles, up and down, deciding what to do this week. I really just almost wish I'd just done a bloody transfer at the beginning of the week, so I haven't had to go through all this convoluted thought process. However, I have finally arrived at a decision. Weirdly, thanks to FPL Nightmare, he set me straight. Check out his program if you haven't already. Really, he's very entertaining. Very entertaining. There's a few good ones out there. DU to FPL Nightmare. If you've not already look at them, you really should. They're very good. Yeah, as you know, I'm wrestling with everything this week. What to do? Transfers, take hits, do this, all sorts of convoluted things, take out João Pedro, downgrade to Guihi, and free up loads of money. Oh, you've heard me. I won't repeat it all. In the end, Mr. Nightmare set me straight. And his, I think it's his last video. Was a key fundamental. It was really talking about the basic principles of this game, and a few of the people in his league that are actually hammering all of the big names. He runs a content providers league, I think, and the ones that's winning it is his little brother's in it. Got all these content providers in there, your FPL Harrys and all the likes, etc. And his brother that just set up a team 15 minutes before deadline under duress, who's beating all of these guys, and has done bugger all with his team except setting out a team and just not tinkering with the bloody thing too much or overthinking it or taking hits. You know, just keeping it simple, sticking to the basics, which is really my fundamental principle of my spreadsheets. Does the team look good? The average is good. Does it look, yeah, do nothing, roll, don't take hits, let it go. You know, we do overthink this game sometimes, don't we? We really do. So in the end, I just stuck to the basic principle. What do I need to do? Where is the problem? The problem is Virgil van Dijk. He's not keeping clean sheets. He costs a lot of money. Who is keeping clean sheets? Arsenal are keeping clean sheets. I need an Arsenal defender. So I bought an Arsenal defender. Would I have liked to have gone Gabriel? Yes, I think so. But I couldn't afford to get to him in one move, so I have gone with Timber. And you know what? He's such an exciting player to own. I've had him on my mind for a wee while, even from earlier in the season. He was always passing the eye test, and he's just so much fun to watch. He's so attacking, gets in that box. I just think he's a fabulous player. So you know what? Welcome to FPL Don't Panic squad, Mr. Timber. I think it's actually, now that I've made it, I feel really comfortable with it. It doesn't cover off the entire double Arsenal defence, but as I look at my defence, I've got a nice mix in there. You know, look at that. I think I like that. Got a mix of, you know, DEFCON now, and just a good, really good, exciting attacking option. And that back four going out this week, I think Palace will threaten Arsenal. I really do. I really do, and I think they may well score. That's okay. It's not a 1 game week play. This is like, you know, a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 game week play. Having him in there, we know he's got the attacking threat. He will probably not pick up any DEFCON, but because of the way he plays, he does. If they do keep the clean sheet, you know, he's contending for the bonus, and we certainly know, as I say, he's got that attacking threat, and he does link up lovely with Saka down that right hand side. Could go well for him tonight. Thinking around that, one of the other things that influenced a little bit my thinking was Palace's performance in Europe, losing to a team I don't think I've bloody ever heard of, by a goal to nil, and the short turnaround time they're going to have for this match. And it is one of my worries about Palace. As much as I would like to bring in Munoz, and I really would like to bring in Sarr at some point over, I have gone back to what I planned to do. I won't go through the watch list on this video. You've seen enough of that over the last few videos. You know, seeding in the players I want and fixing where I believe the issues are with players falling off their averages, and just do it on a nice steady basis, because of course in what, 6-7 games I'm going to have 5 transfers anyway, you know, and we can do a remodel then. In the meantime, I have been hitting the 70 points average. Let's not overthink this. I'll give an example. You know, I talk about this 70 point average, number 1 in the world this last game week. They did the same points as me, 75 points. They had a double Arsenal defence. You know, they had actually players in there that I covered, but I did the same points as them. In the top 20 in the world, 10 to 11 of them, their scores were similar to mine, with the Arsenal defenders and with, you know, various other players. You know, this game is so hard to predict. My team fundamentally is working at the moment. Could it fall off a cliff this week? Absolutely, of course it could. It could happen to any of us in any given game week. The thing is, not to panic. Hard not to do it sometimes, though, isn't it? So that is the lineup as it stands. Let's just run through it by the numbers. It's changed my my average sheet a little bit, but I'm still not unhappy with it. You know, Timber's average is good. So yeah, going with Petrovic in there, currently a 3.2 average. Forest home, so I'd be hopefully can get at least his 3 points there. Timber, Palace home, his average of 5.8. Do I think he'll get the 6? I think there's a very good chance. I think there is a very good chance that Arsenal will keep a clean sheet, and obviously the joy would be if he gets an attacking return and against a leggy Palace. You know, bombing up that right wing, could well do. Tarkowski dropping. He is the one I'm keeping an eye on, especially as there's a lot of money in them. He's on an average of 4. Spurs home, though, I don't think Spurs are great. He should at least get his appearance and points and DEFCON, and hopefully not concede more than more than 2 goals. So good solid chance there that he'll get his 4-point average. Senesi, Forest home. I think there's a decent chance of a clean sheet there. Dyke is likely to throw 11 men behind the ball, and his focus will be on not losing. So again, I think Senesi will probably achieve his DEFCON. He's been so consistent with that. But again, I think there is the really good chance of actually getting a 6-point and getting above the 4.6 average he's hitting at the moment. Yeah, similarly, Burn 5.6, Fulham home. I'd back Newcastle to keep a clean sheet there, but again, hopefully Burn does at least get you know, sort of that 3-4 pointers on the with the DEFCON. So I don't think that defence looks bad at all. Then of course we've got Saka home to Crystal Palace. Saka does 7. You know, I say it often. We'll see how that goes. But you know, he's had, you know, an 8 in game week 7, a 7 in game week 8. It'll probably be a 6 or a 7 again. He'll do a 7-point average. It's as simple as that. What else we got there? Sunderland home, Caicedo. Currently on a 5.8 average. Don't necessarily expect an attacking return. He got one in midweek again, though. Is he just? That's just getting goals at the moment. I mean, might get a lovely surprise, but I will be quite happy with the 4 or 5 points out of him. I really will. Semenyo, 9.4 average. It's just hard to say, really. You know, it'll be anything from 2 to 10 points that he gets. Simple as that. But yeah, let's be hopeful maybe of a little assist or something. Forest home, but I do think Forest are going to shut up shop in this one. I don't think this is going to be as easy a game as it would have been a week or so ago. Foden, Villa away. Yeah, less said the better. But just think on 4.4 current average currently on, largely made up of 12 points in game week 4 though. So maybe 2. And Zhao, don't know, maybe 2. I think where he will start, I think he will play the number 10 role. It is better suited for him, so hopefully get a few shots off. But let's assume it's just going to be a couple of points out of him. But if Haaland comes in with a goal, because all the numbers there, remember I don't put in a captain's return, these are just their individual scores. He's currently averaging 11.8. You know, if he gets the goal, you know, which currently you would expect him to, and I expect him to as well. So if he gets you know, gets that you know, 12-13 pointers, including the captaincy. Don't think we're looking too bad. I am probably being way over optimistic here. I think there's 70 in the team, but let's call it out. I'll predict the spreadsheet says an average of 64 and a median of 68. I always go for the lowest. It feels the safest because shit always happens that you don't expect to happen. So I'll predict 64, and hopefully nice clean game week. No surprise rotations, sending offs, bookings, penalties missed, all the shit that happens to me on a week-on-week basis, and we might hit a nice cracking 80 or 90. I live in hope, guys. I really do. I'm happy enough with this. It going forward, then it does obviously create questions as I go into game week 10. I think I know where I'm going to go with any transfers I do in game week 10, but that's a story for another day. We'll talk about that after this game week. I will try and check in. As it turns out, my flight now is not going to be until Tuesday or Wednesday, so I will be around over the weekend. So we'll have a couple of check-ins. Hope you all have fantastic game weeks, and we all, in the league, we're all cracking scores. Let's keep that going, guys. Let's keep that going. Take care, have fun, play your own game, don't panic. I will see you Sunday for check-in. See you soon. Bye-bye.